Hey there, Elizabeth Sanders Park here to let you know that Career Ninja is coming. On the last Thursday of this month, May 29th, for 5 Thursdays in a row, we are going to run the Career Ninja course for employment, careers, and workforce development practitioners. I will say that one of those Thursdays is Juneteenth, and we will probably push that day to Friday so that we can properly celebrate. So 5 weeks in a row. It's a great way to run the course because it gives us time in between to really absorb those ideas and to try some of those practices and get the benefit of that spaced learning and come back with questions and ideas to process together. So Career Ninja is 5 sessions that allow us to dig in each week for 3 hours at a time to five of the most challenging realities for people who are looking to dig into work, people who face significant barriers. So, session one is all about motivation and drive. We've got people who are driven to work, but sometimes they're pushed by forces outside of them, or they know they need to be working, but they're not really clear about their why. So that first session is all about helping people discover their personal motivation for working. What are they going to get that makes it worth it for them? What is that intrinsic drive beyond the first or second paycheck, beyond the fact that maybe they know other people think it's important for them, so that they have that lasting drive. The second session is all about clarity. Where are we going? Where are we trying to get? What direction are we taking? What does work need to look like so that it works for them? And we look at fascinations and skills and values. How do we help someone assess what is true of them today? Not what used to be true, not what they think should be true, not what other people, envision for them, not what sectors are growing or what the market wants or needs, but what is true for them today, and what does work need to look like to work for them. At some point, we'll look at the market and who's hiring, what's available. That is something we ought to look at. But if we're doing quick fix job placement, that's we might start with the market. But we're going to take a career development approach, which means we're going to start with the individual first. And that second section is all about that. We understand that many of us are working with precious little time and working with clients who don't think they have a lot of time and don't have the luxury of digging into this and going really deep. So, in very little time, how can we ask powerful questions to mine some of those realities so we can use a little bit of time to make a big difference? A little bit of time here that makes a big difference in the end. In session two, we'll figure out this is the direction you're going to take. That's the long-term vision. Here's where you want to start. Session three will be all about how are you going to market yourself for this job, right? What does the employer need to know about you so they can hire you for this job? What skills do you have? What experience do you have? What knowledge do you have? Right? What network do you have? And what if everything that you bring was learned or gained in non-traditional or non-employment or unpaid or even sort of tricky or sticky environments like the illegal economy or a prison yard, or what it was volunteering or family responsibilities or difficult times. Do they count? They do. If you've got it and the employer needs it, it counts. But the way that we help people market it and present it and write it on a resume, that's a skill, but it's a skill you need. It's a skill we need, right? That's the superpower that we bring to the people that we serve. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it well. There's a way to make it legitimate and really effective. And those are the skills that you're going to learn in Career Ninja. So in session three, it's all about how do we help people sort of mine the gems and the gold about the realities of their life and experience so that they can prove to an employer that they've got what it takes to be considered and then to be hired for the work that they want to do today, even if it comes from sort of wild and non-employment sources. Then in session four, we'll look at let's clear the way. So what are the distractions, the barriers, the big things, and even the little things that shouldn't count but do that could get them screened out? Not just screened out from getting the job, but even from getting the first look. So all the things that could get them to screened out. We're going to pick those up and figure out how we can help them clear the way. We've got 6 solution tools that we can really get adept at helping them use. And we might have three people facing the very same issue, but because of their perspective and their goals and the fact that they're whole different people, they might want to take the same barrier, the same issue, and deal with it in a different way than the person right next to them with the same issue. So we're going to get really good at using this toolbox of solution tools. And then the fifth session is all about job search strategy. I just had a woman in my community tell me that I should write a book on job search strategy. And I think I will because it's not rocket science, but the job search advice being given to Americans today is not good. First of all, the people giving it generally don't hire people. They haven't searched in a while, and they don't tend to hire people. They don't tend to run businesses. Um, the whole hiring process is mostly about screening people out. The first question people who are hiring, the first question they're asking is, who can we get rid of? Right? What's wrong with you? And who can we get rid of? The second question is, who else can we get rid of? The third question is, who else can we get rid of? If I'm hiring one person and I got 140 people coming at me, that's my question until I'm down to my top 10, 8, 6, maybe my top 5, 4, 3 candidates. Then I'm looking at, okay, which one would be greatest? Which one would be best? And so we've got to help our candidates make it through the screen out process. And that's a skill we can learn and bring to their job search. There's also a way to help them basically circumvent the entire screen out part of the process and get directly to the decision maker, which is what I helped my friend in the community. I helped her daughter straight out of college basically skip the entire screen out part, go directly to their decision makers, and land really good jobs. Yes, they're right out of college. Maybe that makes it easy, but they weren't making it look easy before they met me. They were following the rules of job search and getting screened out, screened out, screened out, and it was unnecessary. Our clients don't have to do that either. They can go straight to their decision makers and then apply the work they did in steps 2, clear the way, show their proof. There's a way to job search that makes it a lot easier than most people are doing it. Our clients can do it too. And I'm going to show you how in Career Ninja. So I'll put some links in the email below that gives you a little bit more on each of these 5 steps, a lot more on the overcoming barriers step. If you want to dive in and look at those videos, go for it. I hope you will join us for Career Ninja. If you've been through Career Ninja before, you want to come back for a refresher, we've got a discounted rate. You can join us. Just bring your Career Ninja resource pack from before and join us. And if you've never been before, I hope that you will join us and you'll get a cool pack with a bunch of resources, including a Career Ninja handbook, so that you can mark it up and, just bring out all your lessons and create your plan for how you're going to use all of this with the people that you serve. And if you are working with people who are mid-level or upper level and their barriers are they've just lost the best job they thought they were ever going to have, a 6-figure job, and they've got a daughter who's getting married or a son who's launching a career and they thought they were going to invest big in those things and suddenly they maybe can't. Career Ninja can help you help them as well. About a year and a half ago, I started coaching executives who are in career transition by force or by choice. And I will tell you, so much of what I do for people with difficulties, I'm doing with these executives. The process is the same. The questions are the same. Their responses, their realities, that's what makes it different. That's what customizes sort of the process for them. But so much of the process and the way I start is the same. And then the way they respond customizes where we go from there to to what they need it to be. So no matter who you're serving, the strategies from Career Ninja will help you serve them better, no matter what their barriers are. And if you think you've got people who are the toughest of the tough, trust me, what you learn in Career Ninja will help them not just get a job and keep a job, but begin and succeed in careers. Careers is kind of a weird word to use anymore these days, but to make work for them over the course of their life. So if you have questions, my phone number is in the email. My email is here. Email me, call me, reach out. I want to help you do your work even better. I hope you will join us. I'll see you there.